This is what's involved when you do these big missions. So we've got Bodie's net and tackle bag, the outboard motor, the battery, ropes and rod holders, camera gear, life vests, fishing bag, seats, more dive gear, another life vest, and my fins. So we are all ready to rock and roll for this mission. Phew!
In the shallows of the night with the moon hanging low, two mates hunting life where the dark tides flow, gathering the creatures we would bring back home. Never guessed the path would rise into a legacy of our own. Waist deep water where the world turns wild, every shadow in the surf could take your smile. But we walk that line cause the mission is clear. Understand each creature so the future learns to care. We are tide runners born from the water, guardians of the deep for the sons and daughters. The ocean is life and the poet's stronger, fearless in the surf where the bull shark wanders. We are tide runners born from the water, guardians of the deep for the sons and daughters. The ocean is life and the poet's stronger, fearless in the surf where the bull shark wanders. Bull shark spirit moving silent below, teaching us the things only real hunters know. Every flash in the tide is a story to read. We respect every creature in the ocean we bleed. Danger drifts close but we never turn back. Knowledge is a weapon that keeps us on track. We protect the sea while we learn its ways, passing every lesson on to future days. We are tide runners born from the water, guardians of the deep for the sons and daughters. The ocean is life and the poet's stronger, fearless in the surf where the bull shark wanders. We are tide runners born from the water, guardians of the deep for the sons and daughters. The ocean is life and the poet's stronger, fearless in the surf where the bull shark wanders. Salt's on our hands and the tide in our veins, warriors of the shoreline, bold and unchained. Voices rising loud like the waves that roar. We stand for every creature who calls this world. We are tide runners born from the water, guardians of the deep for the sons and daughters. The ocean is life and the poet's stronger, fearless in the surf where the bull shark wanders. We are tide runners born from the water, guardians of the deep for the sons and daughters. The ocean is life and the poet's stronger, fearless in the surf where the bull shark wanders. Every wave is a lesson, every hunt a sign. We protect this world because the ocean is our spine. Tide runners forever, bound to the sea. We got the future to respect what the water taught me. Early in the morning when the tide rolls in, there's a ripple on the river where the life begins. Shadows in the shallows, smooth wings glide. Estuary stingrays dancing with the rising tide. They cruise the muddy bottom like underneath the surface where the shadows fly. Bull sharks prowling in the tidal flood, silent as a nightmare, swimming through the mud. Surf and spray. Salt spray on the wind, sun burning the sky, underneath the surface where shadows fly. Bull sharks prowling in the tidal flood, silent as a nightmare, swimming through the mud. You can't see them, but they see you. Welcome to their home, the ocean zoo. Sharks, stingrays, and stonefish ruling Bodie Bay. Predators and phantoms in the surf and spray. Waves crash loud, but the deep's got something louder.
And on today's episode of Dumbest Shit Ever, walk around in murky deep water, plastic shark tanks. You know.
Running that way. Tide rolls in and the daylight fades, casting out lines in the ocean waves. Rods in hand and I feel alive, salt on my skin and I'm ready to dive. But deep below where the shadows creep, silent hunters never sleep. Sharks hunt the rivers and the sea, hopefully while I'm fishing they won't eat me. Fins slicing water like a razor's edge, I'm just a snack near the riverbed. Sharks hunt hunt the rivers and the sea. Mangrove maze and a muddy tide, bull sharks cruising just beneath the glide. Backwater currents pulling strong, one wrong step and you're gone too long. But I keep fishing cause it's where I belong, even though the ocean's singing danger songs. Sharks hunt the rivers and the sea, hopefully while I'm fishing they won't eat me. Fish slice in water like a razor's edge, I'm just a snack near the riverbed. Sharks hunt the rivers and the sea. Bull, tiger, hammerhead too, circle around, what you gonna do? I'll stay cool, just let me reel. Don't need a shark making me the meal. Splash on the surface, what's that sound? Something he's just shook the ground. Sharks hunt the rivers and the sea, hopefully while I'm fishing they won't eat. Well, here come the sharks! Here come the sharks! Here come the sharks! Here come the sharks! And the biting, and the tearing, and the sloshing, and the dicing, and the biting, and the tearing, and the sloshing, and the dicing, and the biting.
And I've hooked it on someone else's broken off steel trace on 30-pound line. Oh, it's cut my thumb to shreds. Alright, I've got a young subscriber at home, and he's the son of a good friend of my wife's, and his name is Hayden. Hayden, this one is for you, buddy. This is my PB bull shark. Now we got to get him unhooked to get him back in the water. Woo!
Here come the sharks!
Yeah!
And the tearing, and the slashing, and the dicing, and the biting, and the tearing, and the slashing, and the dicing, and the biting, and the tearing, and the slashing, and the dicing, and the biting, and the tearing, and the slashing, and the dicing.
So what actually happened with that bull shark was Bodie and I had our lines set out. Neither one of us were running wire trace, but that bull shark had this enormous 2 meter long wire trace hanging out of its mouth. So what had happened was our lines had actually caught this. So the shark was out here swimming around with 2 meters of trace hanging out of its jaw, and it's obviously swam through our lines, which have then tangled, both our lines tangled this, and it was a joint effort between Bodie and I to wind them in on these 30-pound braid rods with no wire trace on, and all our tackle was tangled up in this when we landed it, so we had to cut it all free. So Bodie managed to cut the trace off because the hook was right down her throat. She was bleeding a little bit, but got the hook out, got all the tackle clear of her. We managed to get her back in the water. She was starting to show signs of exhaustion and disorientation because obviously she'd probably been through hell swimming around, banging into stuff with this hanging off of her, and God knows what else she's been getting snagged on. But we managed to cut her free and release her, and probably over the next 40 minutes that we saw her, she kept coming back into the shallows and going belly up and then rolling and swimming back out again, and finally she looked like she'd recovered and she swam off, and we haven't seen her since. So job well done. It's just a shame that the fishing tackle snapped off at the fishing line. Whoever was shark fishing, obviously for really big sharks, their line had broken off. So if you're going to use hardcore trace like that, maybe use stronger line. Just saying. Right, this little dude here is an estuary stonefish, and it is the most venomous fish in the world. Now, you're probably going to be saying, why the hell are you holding it then? Their spines are what is venomous. Not all of them. These big dorsal spines here, these ones, each one of these has a venom sac connected to it. So when you put downward pressure on it, it shoots venom up because the venom glands are on the sides of the spine. There's 1, 2, I think there's about 13 from memory, 12 to 13 of these sharp dorsal spines that are here on this fish, which are the dangerous part. The rest of the fish is harmless. What makes them dangerous is they literally just sit there on the sand, in the rocks, around the mangroves. So they don't move. They don't want to move. They think that they're that well camouflaged, they don't need to move. But mark my words, if you step on that, it's going to be a very bad day. So I cannot stress this enough to you guys at home. Don't pick these up unless you know what you're doing. I've worked with these fish for the last 10 years. I've never ever been hurt by one of these fish. I've nearly stepped on them a couple of times because I wasn't paying attention. But they are absolutely beautiful, even though they only got a face a mother could love. All right, let's get Mr. Smiley back in the water.
Spray on the wind, sun, burning the sky.
Well, that's it for our half day, 3/4 day fishing. We haven't really done that well this afternoon. We haven't had many more bites or runs. We were lucky enough to be able to get a little stonefish though and get a bit up close and personal with that. But the wind's starting to pick up real bad now. And I'm guessing the reason why we didn't do too well is because we've had all those storms and rain, and the salinity was way down.
Way different than when we were last here.
Yeah, way different. By nearly like 10 to 12 parts per thousand difference. And that's, when you're talking marine fish.
And nothing else has had a chance to bring it up, right?
Yeah, literally. We have cleaned up on the stingrays today, but that's about it. Yeah. Anyway, till the next one, guys. Don't destroy what you came to enjoy. Like, subscribe, and any support you can show us is greatly appreciated. See ya!